guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. We are now part 11 in our No Gamepass Autumn Town series. And some of you suggested for like an apartment or townhouse kind of building. So I reserved the spot next to the Starbucks for the apartment we would be making today. So I actually did plan this out, and even if we do not have any Game Pass, we will make it work. Please do not expect a very detailed exterior building because we only have one floor to work with, and this would be a very patient and timely build if you would try and recreate this. So if you are not familiar with the delete-undo technique, please refer to the instructions I added on the corner part, and we will be doing a lot of that trick for the windows. Now add a flat roof and extend the height to the highest to make this sort of tall building. So this looks at least a 2-story building from outside. I am coloring the exterior walls a concrete finish, and I used this cloudy gray to give this a neutral tone. As for the top roof, I used a gray-colored grass texture. And now for the detailed part, I already looked for a window on the free images, which I will show you where I got later by the end of the video. Now, if you do not want to copy this delete-undo technique, you can leave the windows as is. But if you want to make it look like a realistic window, we have to place both frames on top of each other, so it would look like a one long window. As I mentioned earlier, this really will take time and patience in getting the windows in the exact angle as the upper one. But we want a decent-looking exterior, so we gotta do this even if it takes time. Option 2 is just leave both frames as is without doing the delete-undo technique. Anyways, if you guys want to know what frame I used, it is the medium frame painting. Then I changed the color of the frame to plastic texture. Now for the windows on the first floor, I just used this industrial window since this is the closest one we have comparing to the window we used on the second floor. And I added this robust crown molding for the exterior building to give this NYC-inspired building. Too bad we cannot add any detail for the upper side since we do not have a multiple-story Game Pass. And if you are wondering why the windows above are not placed high up, that is because this is the highest we can place the window frames before it errors. Anyways, for the apartment building entrance door, I used this arched panel side light door. And I added this commercial doorbell as a way to say that this is an apartment building with a lot of rooms, but in reality, we will only make one hee. I mean, technically, we just want the exterior to look like it is a building, right? I also added this mailbox out front for the tenants. And I'm just adding the cute pumpkin decors in front of the entrance door. The walls are looking plain, so we'll add this spider web garland just on this wall. And I deleted the fences at the back before, so we will add this chained fence on the back sides of the apartment building. Since this is an apartment, we would be needing a larger trash bin, so let's just add this garbage bin at the alley side. And I'm just gonna add a few posters on this empty wall with some for rent ads that I would search up later. Now let's continue adding this windows, and I will just add 3 windows here and 2 over here. I also copied this planter that we have around the town, and we will add 3 planters in this front window. Let's continue adding the window frame for the second floor. I'm gonna fast forward this part since you know how I did it the first time. Make sure to line this up from the window on the first floor. I just made 2 windows next to the Starbucks, and then on this side, just 3 windows above the first floor. This will take some time doing since we have to align the 2 window frames when doing the delete-undo technique, but we can do this. Now I deleted the flooring I added before to cover up the spot. So this is a 6 by 7 square room, and for the flooring, I am gonna use the smooth panel tile and color it brown. I'm gonna color the walls to white for now so I could work on the base. But this wall color will be changed later on since this is an autumn theme apartment. Now follow the partition wall I added in the front because we would be adding 2 doors. One apartment and the other one leading to an empty space for show only. I also added some wall trims using this flat crown molding and then the thin floor molding. Now let's add some doors, and this is what I mentioned that to look like an apartment. I just had to add a door for show hee. So I used this modern door and just color it the same as the window. I also made it plastic to give this apartment style kind of door. Then for the room number, we will just use this square painting. This is kind of big, so if you like to use the smaller photo, I think it will still work. Going to the only apartment in this building, let's add a wall to close off this area, and this will be the bedroom and bathroom. I just recolored the walls the same for now, and added some wall trims as well. This is just a small apartment since the room is 2 by 4 square tile, and the bathroom is 2 by 2 squares. I copied the standard door from the house next door, and let's make the kitchen first. So since we have a small space to work with, we need to use delete undo technique when adding this cabinet and counter next to each other. So I just used shaker cabinet and counter and the cheap fridge we have. I also added another tall cabinet for this wall to be less empty. This space is for the kitchen sink and other kitchen storage needed. Now for the main kitchen, we will use the modern counter and add an island on the side. Since we cannot add a dining table, the island counter would be used for dining. And I used this electric cooktop since most apartment buildings only have this kitchen set. I'm also using the cheapest range hood and add shaker overhead cabinets as well as a microwave on the side. So this is the usual setup for the kitchen in small apartments. Now let's color the counters and cabinet, and I am going to use a green shade to make this apartment have a very autumn theme. This is not your usual plain white or beige apartment because I wanted to incorporate that we are in an autumn town. But if you like to build this apartment as is without the season theme, you can definitely just color this plain white, and this would look like a New York-inspired apartment. Now let's change the wall color, and I would be using this bronze color and a reddish brown on the other walls. This is the color palette of a dried leaves during the autumn season, and I'm liking this reddish brown wall from the house we built last part. Anyways, I am using this stylish stool since this is one of my favorite. I just changed the cushion texture to a bright orange with this cute pattern like a pumpkin, and I'm just adding two since this is a one-person apartment. Maybe she has a friend over. Now for the living area. This is not your NYC apartment, so I will use this contemporary sofa cause I think it fits the autumn vibe of this room. Again, you can use the transform tool for free just on pillows and blankets only. No need to buy the Gamepass. I will be changing the pillow cover later, so if you want to save money, don't recolor the pillows for now. So for the TV stand, we will use this modern hairpin TV stand, and since we have a reddish brown wall, I will make this a bright color cabinet instead of making it wooden brown. At least this color pops out from the wall. And I use this large AQ Slim TV because the owner can afford this kind of lifestyle. Anyways, I added this paper leaves garland, which is my favorite. I can't add it on some spots because it would error, but good thing it can be placed here. So this kind of gives an accent wall type. And I added this fall wreath in the middle, and it is perfect for a clock, so why not place a clock over there, and the wreath kind of gives the design surrounding it. I love how it turned out since it looks so cute, right? Anyways, I added a round carpet in the middle, and as I was looking for a texture, I saw this pumpkin texture and thought of replacing the pillow cover that I mentioned earlier. So the pillowcase is giving pumpkins. I just made the round carpet simple texture. And for the coffee table, we have a pretty large space to place an industrial coffee table. So of course we will add here some aesthetic-looking books, and I'm just recoloring it. I also added this pumpkin jar on the side. We have an empty TV stand, so I'm just gonna copy this books and place it over the stand. Don't forget to recolor it to your liking so it wouldn't look the same. And if you like to add a different display over there, feel free to do so. Don't forget to add light switches near the door. And if we have light switches, we also need an electric outlet. I added this small plant on the side because we need some plants even if it is autumn. Now let's do the small kitchen, and I will just fast forward this part so I can still show you what I placed. I only added a few appliances here, so if you like to add more, feel free to do so since it would be for your own expense. But if you are on a budget, less is alright too. I'm just gonna add a toaster and a coffee machine here. This is my combo in kitchens because I don't really much use blenders, but if you like milkshakes or fruit shakes, just add one so you can make it at your home. I also added some jars on the side of the coffee machine for the coffee beans and sugar. Now for the sink area, I placed this frying pans so we can use this wall space and make it less empty. This island counter is looking empty for me, so I just wanted to add something over here to make it look lived in. So this is optional if you do not want to add this, or if you like to change something here. But I like having this kind of baking thingy, so I added some flour, eggs, milk box, and a small bowl with whisk on the side. We have this tray over here for the freshly baked brownies that I just custom made. Going to the bedroom and bathroom, I colored the walls the same as the living room and kitchen. I just alternate the colored walls and use this bronze and reddish brown color. I didn't want to make this walls white since we are in an autumn town. I copied the windows and placed it on the back wall because if I add the windows on the side, we will see the garbage container, and who likes to have a view of the trash? And I got very lazy adding windows on the top part of the back, so I left it as is hee. I mean, we do not talk about the back side of the building, alright. Anyways, I just moved the windows when I added the bed so I can place the bed very close to the wall. I added a comforter to this bed, and for the pillows, you can use the transform tool without buying the Gamepass on pillows and blankets only. I added 3 pillows here so it would look comfy. You can add as much pillow as you like, but it would cost more since pillows are a bit expensive hee. I forgot to add floor trims on the exterior part of the building, so just add it if you like as well. I wanted to add string lights with photos on this wall, but it wouldn't fit. So I will use this pumpkin string light and just change the lighting to your preference so it wouldn't be too bright. Then add an oak shelf at the top of the string light. We will place a square painting on it, so it would look like it is a painting placed on the shelf. But it is just an illusion hee. Anyways, just add the decors you like in the shelf. I just added this books and this small pumpkins. You can also add this paper leaves garland and just do the delete undo if it errors in the space left. I added a calendar on the side, and for the bedside table, we will use this wooden end table. I'm just gonna add a plant and an alarm clock over here. For the wardrobe cabinet, I'm using this open cabinet since it is cheaper and still looks good than the closed cabinet. Just change the wood color to match the other furnitures. I moved the bedroom door a little bit to the side so it wouldn't glitch on the wall. And then I used this large wall mirror. We have a space left above the cabinet, so I just added a box for some old stuff maybe. Now we have a very large empty wall here. So just add a hook rack and we will add 3 paintings over here. I used different frames to make a collage and just color the frame to black to match the other frames. We have a space from the bed to the cabinet, so might as well add some yoga mat and a kettlebell on the side. The owner likes to work out at her own room. I'm just gonna add this hanging towel and let's pretend that this is a coat she uses. So to place it in the same spot as the hook rack, just use the delete undo technique. Now let's go to the last part, which is the bathroom. And we will just make it simple since we only have a 2 by 2 square room to work with. To make use of the space, we will add this corner shower area. And for the sink, let's use this industrial sink again since I love using this for small spaces, but still looks good and it also has a bottom storage. For the mirror, we will use this backlit mirror and don't forget to change the lighting so it wouldn't be too bright. Just add the bathroom decors, and I'm just gonna use this single toothbrush since she lives alone. I'm also gonna add a bathroom towel below. I'm gonna recolor this to a greenish color since the walls here are autumn colors. For the toilet bowl, this rounded modern toilet is my favorite to use. We will just add a toilet paper holder on the side as well as the plunger. Don't forget to add trash bins near the toilet bowl. We have this wall empty, so let's add another hook rack over here. And I copied this wall frame, but I will move that above the toilet bowl instead. Add light switches near the door as well. And I forgot about this laundry basket. So we will add this above the cabinet. Let's add a bathroom mat as well, and I'm gonna make the color orangey that reminds of a pumpkin. I also placed one on the entrance door. I added a horizontal window for ventilation on the bathroom. And now we will add lighting on the apartment. So I will just use this sleek ceiling lights and change this to linen. Don't forget to change the ceiling texture and color as well. So I just made it wooden brown to give that cozy autumn vibes. If you will recreate this apartment, but it is not an autumn theme, feel free to make this white wall color so it would be like a New York-inspired apartment. I added pendant lights on the island counter, so change some of the lightings to a dimmer one to not make the room too bright. And we are finally done. We finally finished this small apartment building on this neighborhood, and this is part 11 in our No Gamepass Autumn Town series. I think this costed around $40,000, but very worth the effort on making those windows for the second floor. So I just searched window frame without the E. And this is the decal I used. So if I can make this No Gamepass apartment, then you can also do. I love how the outcome looks like. I'm just proud of this building because we didn't need any Gamepass for this, and somehow it looks like a 2-story building, right? So this is right next to the Starbucks, and if you have a car, you can park it in the parking space in front of Starbucks or the grocery store. I added this mailbox here for the tenants, and we also have this commercial doorbell to make this look like a big building, even if it is just one apartment room, hee. So I just searched up some poster ads on the free images, but you can change this if you have your own decal posters. Over this alleyway is the garbage bin for the tenants in this building, and I forgot to add graffiti on the sidewalls. Anyways, once you enter this building, you can see 2 doors. So the other one is just a fake door, and we only have one real apartment, hee. I still have no room number decal, so it is empty for now. And this is the autumn theme apartment. So upon entering, you can see the kitchen and living room, but this is still a very good amount of space because we have here a coffee table, a TV stand with the paper leaves garland to make an accent wall, and a comfy sofa chair. I love how the clock looks like with the fall wreath. Since this is just an apartment, we do not have a space for the dining area, but at least we have this bar counter. So the tenant living here wanted to try baking, but since she doesn't have a large oven, she used the microwave to bake her brownies. I think it is solid hard, and I don't think anyone can eat this, hee. So yeah, this is the small kitchen, and on the other side we have the sink and fridge. Let's go to the bathroom first, since this is just a small space. We have a simple shower, sink, and toilet bowl on the side. So yeah, this is how the bathroom looks like. Now let's go to the last room in the apartment, which is this small bedroom. I think it still looks cozy even though we have a 2x4 square room to work with. So we have this collage paintings on the wall which I just searched in the free images. I love how the shelf above looks like with the pumpkin string lights. And over here is the open cabinet with some boxes and laundry basket above. Anyways, that is the apartment building we have in this town. Thank you guys for watching the part 11 of our No Game Pass Autumn Town series. I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach 10,000 subs before 2024 ends. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. Love you guys. I finished this town last week but got busy to edit out the videos. So the next part would be the last build in this town and then the full tour. All the build information and decal codes I used in this video will be in the description box. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.